Where we last left our heroes, they were escorting several shards of the Bleeding God's skull to a teleportation circle led by Hresh and several guards. They decided to bring with them several members of the Kylum Diaboli. And as things tend to go, it didn't go well, as an explosion went off, sinking the cart into a pit. Hresh turned into his massive draconic form, only to be ambushed from the cliff tops as a cloaked figure dove from the sky, slicing his wing clean off with a mysterious magical blade. A massive fight ensued as the Deadeyes ambushed our heroes, all of whom escaped with their lives. Very few of the Deadeyes happened to, except for Asmo's long-lost, quote-unquote, brother Deus, who still has some unfinished business. Their leader, a mysterious, blinded drow, and the Oni mask-covered assassin Asmo had previously encountered under the guise of the Wraith, who in a last-ditch effort to escape was attacked by Nara, mask knocked from her face, and was revealed to be Talia, a member of the Kylum Diaboli. We rejoin our party as they seek, Hresh has sent a search party to the bottom of the hole, coming up with nothing. Hresh is kind of dumbfounded and still clutch, like he's shrunk back down to his normal massive size, and is currently like clutching onto like his, like there's a massive gash on his back as he's looking down into the hole where basically that cart had been blown open and raided. Oh my god. God damn it!
I will. So at this point, we've already checked at the bottom of the canyon. We didn't find anything, right?
The bottom of the canyon, there's nothing. At the bottom of that crater, the hole, you can see with some moonlight peeking down there, that the cart that you were escorting seems that it was blown open by some sort of incendiary, either spell or maybe just a explosive of some sort. But it definitely looks like it had been raided, and it looks like there's a tunnel down there.
A tunnel?
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that using detect magic would explain of what happened?
Using detect magic, you can see sources of magic and maybe sometimes some hints that magic had been cast somewhere.
But it wouldn't tell me anything defining.
Not necessarily. I'd probably have you roll extra rolls along with it.
Okay. I'll give it a whirl. And just check it out.
Yeah, the hole. Yeah, the hole is about 15 feet deep.
Okay.
I can also do this without wasting spell slots.
Well, it's a. It shouldn't be a thing for me. I don't
All right,
believe.
so as you
A ritual cast.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, as
I'll
you're-
just use angel sight.
Oh, okay.
all right, both of
mind.
you. Oh, okay. Wolfgang, you walk over to the edge. As you peer down, you can see that the enchantments that were on the cart have been dispelled. So the cart itself is no longer magical. Whatever sort of abjuration defenses it had on it were thoroughly destroyed before the thing was blown open. but there doesn't appear to be any trace of magic at this sign of, or at the area that blew open the card itself.
Okay.
Pogan meekly hobbles over to Harish. Might not be the time, Master Dragon, but you want me to look at your wound? No.
While Daenerys looking over bodies, he's beginning to search through bodies. He's going to call out, Nara, Asmo, Pogan, if your weapons have any kind of blood or you have anything from whoever you are fighting, save it. Do not discard it. I can use it to hopefully scry in them later on.
Yes. Find things more out about the pest.
Afraid I wasn't much use in this battle. Sorry, Master. He looks over to you, Wolfgang. Kind of a bit of shame coming across his face.
You're fine, Pogan. You did all you could.
Oh.
I'm just glad that you're alive.
He nods solemnly.
Nara like peeps around blonde man and
Catman,
Yes, Nara.
how long do you need the bodies for?
I'm only looking for anything useful and specifically intelligence. See if they have any kind of orders on them or anything like that from higher ups.
Go ahead and give me a either an investigation or survival check as you're looking over the bodies.
Okie doke. I am basically, let me see. You said investigation or survival?
Your choice.
And Nara's gonna like go search these like as quickly as possible.
Survival or investigation.
20.
Let's see.
I am looking for intelligence, and I am stripping anything of value off of them.
All right.
Especially their coin purses.
Wait, 17, 21?
All right.
Same with me.
17 for survival.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 1 second here. Let me roll something. In total, Daenerys, you find 65 gold worth of coins. And Nara, you find 26 gold worth of coins.
26 gold.
Daenerys, you managed to come up with basically what looks to be a schedule. It looks like a note, a parchment that's... Looking at it, it seems pretty mundane, but it seems to be written in some type of code.
Think I might have something. I'm going to cast Comprehend Language and see if it's
Oh, it's all purely written in common, but it's just the way it's written. It seems like there's some code to be deciphered.
As he takes it, he's going to start heading over. I think I might have some kind of message. Looks like a cipher of some kind. And he's going to bring it over. And he's going to show it to Harish.
Nara's gonna run over and start checking the soldiers as well.
Harish is still looking very forlorn and slightly dumbstruck about everything that just happened, and still in a bit of shock that he lost his wing. As you kind of hold the paper up towards him, he just grabs it in his massive hand.
Is his wing or anything on the ground, or...
When it got cut off, it basically, as he was tumbling to the ground, it clattered over the edge of the cliff. If you look over the side of the cliff, you can see his massive bronze wing about 80, 90, 100 feet below you, down the sheer cliff face.
Nick, do I need to do another survival check to check all of the guards that were around the wagon?
No, I'll let that one slide as you're just going through bodies right now. This particular guard was carrying 27 gold.
27.
He also has a pretty basic longsword, if you want it. And
Nah. She doesn't want that. She's just... Nara's looting the bodies as if... She's treating all of the dead bodies as if they were the same. Like, that they came from the same source.
Yeah, makes sense.
Catman, are they done now?
These ones are probably going to... Horatia's probably going to want to bury these. Those over there, unless Horatia needs them for whatever reason, I wouldn't see a reason why.
She snaps her head over.
Asmo.
Asmo is ignoring everybody. Asmo's
Asmo.
staring off into the valley, essentially.
Asmo? Asmo.
What?
Bodies.
Asmo's shaking,
Little
and there's just all his weapons in his hand, and they're still got blood on them. What?
The weapons are done now. There are bodies to send.
Shit. Okay, but... Okay. But we have to send them when, people aren't looking. Otherwise, they'll ask questions, and I don't want to answer them.
Nar has more questions about today than ever before.
Well, we'll get to that.
Why is Asmo acting so strange?
Because that was the man. Nara. That was the man we sent last.
The brother Deus.
Yes.
Asmo,
What?
do all snake men have a contract with the master?
No, but many men who have a contract with your master are snakes. Both literally and metaphorically. We'll send the bodies.
Then
We wait,
why-
though.
why was there a drow? There was a
Wish
drow.
I fucking knew. I have no idea. I have no goddamn idea.
Nara does not want to compromise any other missions that the master may have. But Nara's frustrated.
Maybe not all drow serve your master.
There was the you.
Maybe there were more before him. Or others like him. Or maybe there's an entire group of drow out there who don't give a shit about your master.
Nara can hardly believe that.
Well, that's the thing. Once you're given new information, you have to change what your opinion is, and it looks like it's more than personal with him. Looks like this is connected. Asmo's just kind of trying to shake himself out of it. Like, Asmo's eyes are agitated, clearly. Like, after a person's, been doing their thing, their performer high. Well, he's got a fighting high, and he's shaking. He's got the quakes.
She's gonna put a hand on his shoulder and say,
Nara doesn't know why Asmo does this. But when he speaks like this, normally he puts a hand on Nara's shoulder to help her understand something. So Nara will do the same to hope that Asmo will understand something. Nara does not know what, but she hopes he understands.
Thank you.
You hear the clanking of boots against cobblestone running towards you from the palace side. Lord Horace! As a soldier comes running towards you, he stops when he sees basically the cataclysmic destruction, well, in front of him. The bodies, everything just laying in front of him.
The big old mess.
Sir, what? Report. What do you have? There's been a problem at the camp, sir. He takes a massive, like, just a little hop and boom, lands on the other side of the crater there. What? The your project is missing, sir. Hraesh seems to go gaunt. What do you mean, missing? Well, there was an explosion and the cave collapsed, and when we cleared the rubble, it was just a hole. Hraesh turns and looks to the lot of you. I don't know what's happening right now, but this was clearly planned. There was a leak within my own damn men! And he throws his, like, he just kind of, like, throws his hand towards the assassins who were dressed as guards. I don't know who I can trust right now. But for some reason, I think it's you lot.
They did try to kill us. Asmo says, kind of shouting from the distance. Those are the Deadeyes.
No shit.
No, And they've been quiet for far too long. It looks like they're after. Well, let's just say you might find it interesting who an enemy of the Deadeyes is.
That's gonna have to wait, because right now, all I know is that you are. I need you to track those gems and kill those responsible. Get them back!
With pleasure.
That was
The
the
same
plan.
goal.
Lead the way, boy! Yes, sir! As Hraesh just runs by, he actually, like, picks him up and starts football carrying this guard.
Daenerys pulls out a bit of cloth from his bag. Asmo, is there anybody's blood other than the person you were fighting on this blade?
Asmo holds out the blade. No, it was just his. The only other one I thought with I kicked back into whatever the hell Wolfgang was sitting up there. I assumed it was hurting them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, good, because the screams were implying that. Asmo goes down to the first body, the one marked with the yellow.
Sure thing.
Turns the ring on his hand and just clasps the head with his hand.
The flesh begins to turn brittle and crackle, and slowly but surely that sickening green glow overtakes the flesh and it disappears. Pogan looking at you. Faith in heavens, what the...
Snake Man. Asmo, sorry. Still getting used to it.
What?
Hogan.
So
Lightbrand.
Yes, sir.
Asmo goes to the red and blue
forgot
one
the
and
Hell
marks
Elves
that
theme.
one too.
Fuck,
Rosemary.
My notes. Right. Rosemary.
Yes, Master Connolly?
You all did well. I'm proud of you. We'll be fine here. You need to go help Hraesh.
Yes, sir. With all my efforts. We're on it.
Lightbrand. Lightbrand.
Yes?
I walk over him and I just clap him on the shoulder. Sometimes in order to preserve life, we need to take it.
It was my first time killing a man, sir.
I could tell.
I didn't... I signed up to this to protect people, to hunt monsters.
I grab both sides of his face. I pull him close. Sometimes men are monsters.
You can feel him subtly kind of like nod in your hands.
You did well. These were dead eyes. Assassins. They kill people all the time. They're the real trouble in the South anyway. You did a service to this land. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Pat him on the cheek. Now go.
Rosemary walks up and kind of grabs him by the forearm. Come along. Lord Horace needs us. And they
Nara's
rush
gonna
off.
wave enthusiastically to Rosemary as she leaves.
Rosemary, kind of twiddles her fingers back towards you.
I make sure to get the blood sample from Pogan before he leaves.
Pogan doesn't have a blood sample. He whiffed on all of his attacks and was horrifically poisoned. He's still kind of stumbling on his feet.
I think Asmo had.
Yeah,
Asmo and Nara have the blood samples, but I'm just making sure that I get them, so I acquire the blood samples.
Hang on.
Pogan hobbles over to you, Wolfgang, and just kind of points over to Asmo, who's now disintegrating a second corpse. Sir, that's necromancy.
He just sort of breathes in and... It sure is. I'm going to also lesser restoration on Pogan.
90.5, 89.5.
That was just counting. Go ahead and how much HP are you gonna restore for poor Pogan here?
Oh, a lesser restoration. I'm just going to.
Just gonna undo his poison
condition. I'm assuming he is poisoned.
Yeah, he's very poisoned.
Yep.
Thank you, sir. But that goes.
I know what it is, Pogan.
Right. I'll leave you to it then. He just kind of gives you a nod and starts walking off.
Come on. Let's go, Sneak. Asmo.
Bonk.
80.
Before he dusts that one, he says no.
Well, that one got dusted.
Fuck.
Unfortunately, Pogan.
I actually wasn't. I didn't claim to do it yet.
Oh,
I was trying to say.
Sorry, I've just been going whichever ones you've been standing in front of.
No, I was wondering about this. This is why I get rid of this one. I get rid of this one, and Alex was about to touch this one.
All right, he's about to touch that one.
No.
Asmo looks right at him.
What?
These men were serving their country, just trying to do what they needed to do.
And now they have done it.
And they get buried.
Why?
No. Asmo just holds up his hand.
What?
All right. We don't get more bodies unless we agree. Asmo says, and just grabs Nara by the hand and walks her around the hole.
Many rules. Fine.
Welcome to other people. Lots of rules.
So many stupid rules.
Oh, Caitlin. Okay. So Asmo goes down to one of the assassins and gets him again.
8.5.
All right.
Asmo, if my coins fall out of those corpses, can you pick them up for me?
7.5.
You wouldn't believe the amount of gold teeth I'm finding.
Wow.
You find 2 gold worth of gold teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah!
6.5.
For a farmer,
I think
that's
you
king's
joke, but I'm
ranch.
upping my goal. I'm upping my goal too. I'm adding +2 to my goal.
It's been a while since I've given you money. I don't blame you.
I don't even know if the money I have is accurate.
As you disappear the remaining assassin corpses.
83.5.
What are the remainder of you up to?
I'm going to take these guardsmen, and I'm just going to set them up on the side of the road. Just so they're out of the way. Someone can come collect them.
How far are we above, like, the town?
About 100, like approximately 100 feet down that sheer cliff. There's a small gap between any sort of, like, I don't know, maybe a 40-yard gap between the cliff face itself and any buildings.
And Horatius' wing is just still down there?
Yep, pinned between a few buildings and the bottom of the cliff. Looks like it did a little bit of damage to the top of that building.
I'm gonna try to get Horatius' wing to the palace.
How?
Reduce it, drag it.
Oh.
Best thing.
I will say this, even doing that, you would be having to carry about 800 pounds worth of dragon wing.
This is an ancient bronze dragon, right?
It is big.
That's
Big.
Yeah, even by dropping its weight by like 2 1/8, if it's 800 pounds, that's massive. I'm probably not going to be able to do that. Then I just pick up the cut bronze scales that are all over the ground.
You'd have
boy.
up there are probably some. Go ahead and give me a survival check as you're looking for scales glistening in the moonlight.
Okay, doke.
That's one of my favorite bands.
What kind of roll? Survival.
Survival.
9.
You find probably about half a pound of bronze scales.
Okay.
Ooh.
That is going to be so useful.
Are they like massive as well?
The ones that Denier has been finding have basically been like shards of scales, because that blade that Drow was wielding seemed to be cutting through them as if they weren't even an armor source.
I never.
So
really
he's
did
just
look at
getting
that sword
these.
either.
Yeah, he's just getting.
Damn, it was Nick.
Shavings of scales.
Nick.
Yeah.
Was it a lightsaber? You can
No,
be honest with me.
it was not a lightsaber.
Okay. Just,
Was it
oh,
dark?
Above game,
saber.
we found. We gave the dragons that Dragon Slayer sword
Mm-hmm.
a long time ago.
You did indeed.
So either it was
Tia
stolen,
specifically.
or there was a second one.
Hmm.
Either
Wolfgang's
way,
just looking down the hole.
Nara's, like,
nothing's
clapping
changed
because
since the
today
last
has been
time.
great.
Whisper is very excited that you're clapping. He's just kind of like nuzzling you and kind of like rolling around.
Asmo has done such a good day today.
Well, at least
As he
one of us
whispers.
is happy.
Oh, blonde man.
What?
I was just wondering, I don't understand how things work with the people you are with a lot. Why was the one who kept the meat for herself, why was she here?
What?
The one who would not let me eat? The creature. She was here. She fought me.
You mean the lady
Black
who's
hair.
looking after the ogre?
Yes.
She was here.
Yes. Why? Why would she fight against you?
Insight?
Go
I don't
ahead.
know what she's saying. I failed my check last time above game, so.
Yeah, you didn't see her. But go ahead and roll an insight. I'll make an arbitrary DC.
14?
Nara seems to be implying that Talia was here and that was the person that she was fighting. Now, you weren't paying a whole lot of attention to the other side of the crater as you were dealing with your own group of assassins. But you don't recall seeing her.
I didn't. Asmo,
What?
who were you fighting on the other side of the crater? I was dealing with all the mooks over here.
Asmo Spitz, my fucking brother. Deus.
Shit, he was here?
Oh, yeah. Oh, he was here.
Well, the brother Deus was here, but also was the the meat keeper and Drow.
A drow.
Snake Man said the other Snake Man does not have a contract with the Master, so Nara does not know why there would be another Drow here. Nara does not understand why your people are doing such strange things. Normally, where Nara comes from, one has a goal and one carries it out. One does not change their goal partway through unless it is a direct order from the Master. But Nara knows of no such contracts here with Brother Deus.
Wait, so Asmo, Talia was here and you were fighting her?
I saw her briefly. I was locked up with my brother.
Sort of see wheels turning in Wolfgang's head.
Above game now. Talia was the one who worked in the Column Diaboli, right?
Yes,
yeah,
the one who was
she's
studying
Now
Oni.
that was the one who Asmo fought in the past, correct?
Yeah, you fought her as the Wraith, and you met with her when you were dealing, when you were basically delivering Flix's order.
Yes, I remember the Flix's order, but was she ever, like, did Asmo not recognize her at the Kylum Diaboli, or did Asmo never see her?
You made checks at the Kylum Diaboli because she was in disguise as a assassin. She had a long silver wig on and a mask.
But I
Damn!
But I like clipped her with my sickle at the end and knocked her wig and mask off.
Yeah, and that's when you got a quick glance at her.
How far are Pogan and everybody out?
They've been gone for about 15 minutes now, so they got a 15-minute head start on you back towards Ray.
Shit. Denier.
He seems distracted, I guess.
My microphone was muted. I was trying to unmic it. Yes.
Can you send a message?
Absolutely. To who?
I need you to tell Pogan that Talia is not to be trusted.
Understood. I can't say
Effective immediately, she is no longer a member of the Kylum Diaboli. She is not allowed in our premises.
What? Why? What? Hang on. What is happening? Was she not instructed to do such a thing? Did you not tell her to do this?
No, I did not.
Your people.
She's been playing me for a damn fool.
Denier casts sending, and he sends a message to Pogan. Pogan, Talia's a spy. She's not to be let back into the Kylum Diaboli. She's not to be trusted. Watch your back.
She ain't going back there. Her cover was blown.
You get a reply back from Pogan. Lot to drop on me in one night. All right, I'll keep it in mind.
What is cover?
Someone lies about who they are.
Nara did that for the castle.
It's true.
That the same?
Kinda. But for different reasons.
The reasons here seem very confusing to keep track of which ones are for not being angry and for being angry.
You're telling me twice, God.
So, now you are worried about a box, and now we can't take 4 bodies, and now you are angry because one of your people is doing a lie.
Nara, imagine for a moment that one of your master's people suddenly was acting like they were friendly to the master, that they loved the master, but instead was working against the master, that they want to do everything to stop the master.
Those people are not usually alive very long.
And so, this is the exact same situation. She was working for Wolfgang, but she did not have Wolfgang's interest in mind. She was working her own interests. She went against him like others would go against your master.
So we will pull her soul from her body.
Or we're going to make her a body.
That would be fine too. Well, there are many things happening now, but which one is the most important? And which one will lead to more bodies and sooner?
We're going to have to find the crystals.
We need to find those shards.
Shards. They are the box?
They were what's inside the box.
And now they are underground.
Supposedly.
Same as Big Bronze Baby's project, yes?
That's the assumption.
I really hope those aren't connected. I really hope those aren't connected.
I do not know why they would not be. Are things not leading back to sewers and rats? Most things were underground before when all of this started and became confusing and frustrating. How could they not be connected if so many things happen in such a small amount of time?
Daenerys just stops and he thinks for a second. Wait a minute. Asmo, didn't
What?
you say when we were in the sewers something about following the rats?
Nick, above game. That was something that was told to me, correct?
Yes.
It was Garrick's last message to you.
That was the last thing Garrick ever said to me. Follow the rats. I didn't know if he meant it literally or those who are rats themselves. I know when we went with that experiment with the green stuff, it was deep under the city, but do you think they're doing it again? Do you think there's an even deeper part of the city? Like, fuck.
Now, what was Garrick looking into?
Oh, that's all he said. That's all he said.
I think I might know where we need to go next.
Asmo just looks at him like, all right, please tell me. I'm at a loss here. Asmo's in a mild form of shock right now.
Whatever brings us more bodies. That always helps Nara.
Daenerys casts minor image and he shows the picture of the man in the trench coat sitting on the bench. Eska followed the rats, and this is who he found.
It's not so much a trench coat as it is kind of like a burlap brown cloak.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's a picture like the dude in the brown cloak from the beginning of Kingdom Hearts. Just like very shabby brown cloak.
The rat's running to man. What does this mean?
I don't know. But this might be the next person that we need to take a look at.
So we just need to find this man, then.
I don't know. Garrick said follow the rats. I followed the rats, and this is who it led me to.
Well, we might as well start somewhere. Or this place where Raish was doing his business, top of the hill, his plan, that got raided too. Maybe there's something there.
If you want the shards, should you not go in the hole where they have gone?
Yeah, I'll just have like a rock or a clump of dirt, and I'll toss it down the hole after casting light on it to see how far it goes.
Like I said, the hole's about 15 feet deep.
Does it have a definite end?
Yeah, it's from the top of the hole, you can see that it's 15 feet deep, and that the cart is at the bottom of it.
I'll snap my fingers, summon Eska, and send him down in the hole to see if there's a tunnel leading away from it, or if it's just in the pit.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Eska flutters around your neck and does your bidding, climbs down the hole. Darts down the hole, actually, once it sees Whisper, just kind of like wagging, like swishing its tail, staring at it. Just darts down the hole. As you switch your vision over to Eska, you can see that the hole seems to divert off into two tunnels, one leading, back the way you came, one leading forward.
How big of a tunnel?
It's about, I'd say, 8 feet tall, leaving about 8 feet, 7 to 8 feet worth of dirt between the ground and the top, and it trails off in both directions into darkness for as far as Eska can see.
Are there any kind of, the surrounding, it's just dirt? It's like soft dirt?
It's rubble like rock. It looks like this area had been excavated. This is cliff-based rock, so...
Yeah, there's tunnels down there.
What kind?
Fairly large. Fairly large tunnels. They go
Fresh
both directions.
or old?
This thing looks excavated.
Well, let's get going. We don't have
How
time to
long
waste
ago?
anymore.
That I don't know, Nara.
That is important to know. How far away the enemy is from here to now.
She's gonna cast. Can I? Let me see. Trying to think if I could send clairvoyance in there, and actually, or no, Eska's already seen it, so it's pointless to send any more vision down there.
Yeah, the biggest problem with clairvoyance is it needs to be a place that you know, or a place that you can, determine from where you're at.
Right. Yeah. That would not work. Okay, never mind.
So then, do we go into the hole or do we go to the destination? It seems like the most important part of this journey has already been taken.
Might be a good idea to at least see where the tunnel leads. We might be able to get an idea of their base of operations. But at the same time, they might have tunnels all over the place, and we might just be walking into a network.
A network that they understand and we do not.
Exactly.
All right.
The pest also jumped into the city below.
Let's
The
go.
meat keeper.
Let's go.
Forward or
What are
back?
we waiting
Admiral?
for?
We are thinking, Asmo. You do not seem to be right now.
He just very pissed off, just fucking walks off.
I'm cooling down.
Crosses his arms and just stares back into the valley again.
I'll use this time to scout the tunnels with Eska, at least for 100 feet on both sides.
Yeah, the tunnel goes on for at least 100 feet both ways.
Yeah, it goes at least 100 feet both ways for at least a moment. I assume that if we head back towards town, we're gonna find our way underneath the town of some kind, but I don't know what's going further on this way.
Blonde man,
What?
does back to the town lead to where Bronze Baby's project is? Projects were.
No. I don't think so anyway.
That was technically yes, but it's at the base of the cliff, just way closer, like an hour's journey to you back towards the palace on foot.
Okay. Then what is the next action to take? Do we go in the hole? Or do we go to the destination? Or is there something else we should be doing?
Well, our task is to find the Deadeyes, or at least find the people who took these gems. They went one of two ways. At the very least, if we head after them, we could find them, maybe find a safe house or something, or get more information. Or it's just got the cipher.
Where is
people
the
that
leader?
didn't use the holes, how did they leave?
For those who were watching, they disappeared in the shadows.
They disappeared into shadows. Drow and Snake Man both.
Well, they didn't go down this hole.
But we saw everybody. At least everybody that was above that didn't escape via shadow died. So there's more than likely a team that was underneath that grabbed it and left. So if we can catch up to them, if we can go fast enough, we might be able to catch them because they've maybe got a few minutes head start.
If they are, they're weak. I say we pursue down the hole.
Fucking finally, Asmo turns, goes, good, now let's do it. Asmo just starts sliding down the hole.
Asmo.
Engineer's going down.
A leap.
Each of you leap into the hole. It's about a 15-foot drop. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check just for the hell of it.
27.
Acrobatics? Okay, thank God. 16.
6.
12.
All right, Asmo, you basically, like, you're holding onto the ledge, the wall, and you just kind of, like, gracefully glide down. Nara, you also just, like, you seemingly float down. Wolfgang, you hop down on top of the cart, kind of brace yourself on impact. Denier, you jump down and poof, just face, like, your ankles hit the cart and you bam, face plant into the dirt.
Oh no, he anime fell.
You take 5 points of falling damage.
Catman.
My arcane ward breaks after 1 damage, and the rest goes into temporary hit points.
Your arcane ward shatters into your face.
I am confused. Do not those of your type land on their feet?
I did land on my feet. I proceeded to land on my face immediately afterwards.
I see. That must be part of the process.
I'll pick him back up.
Okay, what directions can we go?
You can go back towards the palace, or you can go towards the destination you were heading towards, the teleportation circle area. The path seems to lead forward and backward.
All right. Okay, shit. Okay, Nick, which one has the sounds of "we're over here, come get us"? Which way is that way?
Would you like to make a survival check to see if you can find any tracks or anything?
Yeah.
Would it be survival or perception? No, I guess.
In case of tracking, it's survival.
Oh, okay.
Natural 20.
I'll give it a whirl. Oh my lord. 6.
It seems there were some very sluggish feet at the bottom here, digging into some mud. Asmo, plain as day to you, but even to almost everybody except for Nara, they are very noticeable. It seems to be dragging back down the way you came. Very hurried, though sluggish at the same time. Like, the feet seem to kind of meander, and it appears there were at least 2 pairs of footprints here.
2 of them. They're heading back towards the city. Let's move.
Furthermore, with your natural 20, the heavier pair of boots seem to be very finely crafted boots. Like, they appear to be expensive boots.
Maslow just makes a mental note of that.
Oh my god.
So we go back.
I swear, if it's what I'm thinking it is, I'm gonna kill him.
You're gonna have to beat me to him first.
It's Elliot Connolly in fancy boots.
Oh my god.
Christos.
That didn't quite I found.
Oh no.
I'm going as quick as I can.
All right, you guys.
I'm just imagining Ike voice. I am a god.
Asmo, you're able to keep up the trail very well. You travel back at your pace. The boot prints get fresher and fresher as you travel, meaning that you do believe that you're gaining on them. But you know they have at least a half hour's head start on you, unfortunately.
Damn.
Based on, your
Dusting bodies and talking.
Discussing what was going on, etc. You move at a brisk pace, and I want you to make me one more survival check, the lot of you, as you continue to follow these boots.
3.
6.
19.
Okay.
Why didn't I get? Yeah. Did mine come up?
Yeah, it did.
You got 20.
Okay, weird.
Yeah, you got a soft 20.
Wolfgang and Nara, as Asmo continues to follow the boot prints he sees, you notice something off about the boot prints he begins to follow.
Something is wrong.
They appear to be fake. Or at the very least, they seem to have shifted, like their weight changed somehow. Like they lost mass.
Something has changed. The prints, they are not as deep anymore.
Maybe one of them dropped the package.
I
Detect magic.
don't know.
As you detect magic, the ground beneath you seems to have been very recently transmuted.
Transmuted, so it's like solid.
Yeah, like you're standing on basically this. Everywhere else has been this kind of like craggy rock, and it like with mud. The surface beneath you appears to be like this block of transmuted earth.
There's something there.
What?
This block is magical.
A block of what? Block of dirt? What are you talking about?
Yes. This block of dirt is magical.
So how do we get rid of it?
Denier, can you dispel it?
Let me rephrase. The magic you're seeing is fading. It looks like this earth was it was moved by magic.
Okay.
The dirt itself is not magic.
Gotcha.
Okay. That's now. Are we on an angle, on a slant?
Not particularly.
Are we going down?
This excavation seems to have been a pretty straight line.
I'm also not detecting any warding magic on it at all, am I?
No. This seems to have been a rush job.
All right. I'll say start digging right there, and I'll point exactly right. I'll pull out a small dagger, and I'll just like mark the area that we need to dig.
Fine. Asmo switches the Chimera into a shield and starts.
Go ahead and give me a athletics check and then add 2 to it. Or add 3 to it, because your weapon.
Oh my god.
12.
You be like, this shield is amazing for scraping away mud. Like, you never thought you'd have a better shovel in your life. It's just a little awkward to handle as you're digging. As you scrape through the clay, the dirt, the rock, you eventually, probably after about 5 minutes of digging, reach a point where there is a hole that leads down to yet another tunnel.
Son of a bitch. They tried
Time
to
to
fake us
go.
out.
Let's go.
Drop
go.
down.
All right, you clear the rest of the hole and climb down into this other tunnel. This one seems to fork off in a few different directions, kind of leading downward. There's a path leading downward toward the way you were heading, only it's like heading down. There's another path leading down, leading the way you came from, and there's a path leading further into the mountain.
Still the same kind of gravelly area?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try to pick up I'm gonna try to find any kind of prints where they went, markings that
Survival
they've gone
check.
through recently. Yep.
Same here.
I am also going to do this
13.
thing.
9.
Man. 7.
Oh.
And Asmo, are you going to attempt to track as well?
Yeah, I am. Okay. I clicked it. It's 11.
It's been a little slow for me too. You can tell that they took some time here to rest. In fact, you find a empty potion vial here. But as you attempt to locate tracks that would lead you further forward, you can't seem to find any.
I take the vial.
The trail seems to go cold.
Take the vial and.
Yep. I'm taking the vial and pocketing it.
You now have a vial.
It's something that I may be able to use later on.
All right, you have a vial. Go ahead and label it used vial.
Oh, okie doke.
So which one then? It is hard to tell where anything has been.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything, but I know that they sat here for a while, which means they lost time, especially with how recent they were. They can't have gone too far off.
They might be close.
But
Let's
which
go.
one?
Sorry, above game, was there 2 directions we can go again? Or was it
3.
just
3
going back?
directions.
Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry.
Should we split?
That'd be bad.
No.
There's at least 2 of them.
These are the dead eyes they're talking about. Isolating us is exactly what they want. We move as a group.
Then the group must decide.
Out of character, these what directions do the tunnels lead in? Again, one leads back to the city, one leads
Yeah,
towards
one
the
one continues to lead back towards the palace the way you were heading, only it's now in a downward slope. Same with the path that would have led the other way. It is now in a downward slope as well, and then there is one that's a straight path straight into the mountain.
straight into the mountain.
And there's no...
If they are tired, they would choose paths that go down to make travel easy. So,
No, but
either away or
the
same
path that
path
leads
as
into the
before.
mountain. The path that leads into the mountain wasn't available until we found this hidden tunnel.
But it could be used to throw us off.
I don't think they would go to that much effort.
They have gone through this much effort, why would they not?
We have a chance of 1 in 3 of finding them right now. Wasting
Nara will
time,
follow
wasting
whatever you
time.
decide.
Unless,
What do you
yeah,
think?
the mountain might be a good bet, unless they're trying to escape into town. We know that they stopped. We know that they held for a little bit, so we've got a little bit of we're gaining on them definitely. Any kind of Wolfgang, can you sense any kind of signs of magic here, or any kind of signs, fleeting kind of markings, anything at all that might help us out?
I'm still detecting magic. Am I doing any of these things?
Nothing that seems to be hopping out right to you.
Nothing significant.
We're just going to have to pick a path and go. We're going to have to go blind, unless we want to.
I say the mountain path.
Unless we want to go in teams of 2. We don't go alone, but we can go in teams of 2 and shore up our options.
Nara only wants the body. The rest is not a concern. She's only moving quickly to get to the bodies faster.
Let's go the mountain path.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, you guys begin walking down the path that leads inward into the mountain towards the west.
There's no scent or anything, correct?
Nothing that you would have found with the survival check that you made.
Gotcha.
You travel in for a while, probably about 5 minutes at your fastest pace that you're able to travel after everything that you guys have been through. And you eventually find yourself in what appears to be a rounded off cavern. Not very large, probably about 100 square feet rounded cavern with a pedestal in its center. Looks to be carved of some type of white marble-like rock. And this does give off a magical aura, Wolfgang.
What school?
I want to say conjuration. But I might be wrong.
But with a twist.
Yeah.
That's pedestal is magic.
Could be transmutation if I'm not correct.
Nara picks up a rock and throws it at it.
You throw a rock at the pedestal, it clinks off. Clack, clack, clack.
I would like, can I roll an arcane check to investigate the pedestal?
Absolutely. Go ahead and do it with advantage as well.
Okie doke.
Arcana.
20.
This the markings on this pedestal are familiar to you. They remind you of the markings that were carved all over that stump that you used to get into the smuggler's nexus.
Oh shit.
Yep, this is a we're dealing with the smugglers. This is
Smugglers
one of their
of what?
access points.
Ah, shit.
Further,
We'll have
this
Flicks here to guide us through that.
and further, this seems fairly newly constructed.
It's new too.
Is
Now-
this the right way or the wrong way?
Can I do an like an investigation or a survival to see if anybody's been here within the last half hour or so?
Go for it.
Survival or investigation?
Investigation.
15.
It doesn't look to you as if anybody's been here recently.
Now we're on a dead end. Nobody's been here recently.
Time to turn back then.
But the fact that they've got a pedestal here, this is real bad.
How did Flicks activate it when we came through one of these things? You
She had
remember?
a ring. She had to put
Shut
a
up,
ring
ring.
into the knothole of the tree.
What kind of ring?
Not quite sure exactly what it did.
Does it have the same point where, like, when she put the ring into the knothole, does it have like an indentation point?
Yeah, there's like this swirl-like sigil indent in the center of the bottom of the pedestal.
Right here. You put the ring in there, and it opens up a gateway.
Asma looks down at the ring given to him.
Nope.
Is there? Ah, okay, never mind.
Nara's
You're
ring?
not a part of their club.
Ah, beans.
Not Nara's either, correct?
No.
Okay. Just wanted to double check.
All right.
Then we are done in this area.
This is good to know, but go ahead and you three go. I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna check this. So, is there anything else in the room other than just this pedestal?
Looks like this room was designed specifically for this purpose.
Yeah, this is an entry point. We got their entry chamber.
At least we know where it is.
Man, did the blonde man not say that it was not wise to be alone?
There's nothing else here. I was about to double check everything to see if there's anything here, but there's nothing here to look at. This is just an entry chamber. It brings them into, no doubt, a complex. This is probably some kind of a facility. So we gotta go to the other routes.
Then let us go.
Once again, takes you about 5 minutes to travel back down.
How tall
to
are these tunnels, by the way? 8 feet?
Yeah, about 8 feet tall. Sometimes it shrinks down to 6 or 7 feet.
Okay.
It never goes below that though, because people like to walk through here.
Mm-hmm.
Could Nara cast haste on herself and run further down faster?
Yes, but you'd be leaving your party behind.
That's a true point. Maybe not her smartest move. So maybe she won't do that.
And so you're left with the both paths that lead downward. One that heads back the way you were going towards the teleportation circle, towards the dwarven city of Guildhammer, and the other one that leads towards the palace of Dragon's Rest.
So
Guildhammer.
down or back?
I'd say Guildhammer. The one that goes to the palace is probably how they got into the palace to begin with, but unless anybody has any better ideas, Guildhammer might be better, but since there's other ways to get out and get around.
Does Guildhammer have more bodies or less bodies that we can send?
Depends on if
We don't know,
find,
Nora.
Depends on if we find people or not.
I agree. Guildhammer it is.
All right, you guys begin traveling down the Guildhammer tunnel. Again, about 5 minutes traveling down this way. You're traveling down at a pretty quick click. Definitely seems like a steeper decline than the way towards the palace. You travel down long enough that you definitely feel like you're beneath the surface of the city when you find another split path. This entire place seems labyrinthian to you. This was constructed hard to say how long ago, but there is a network of caves down here. And you're only now beginning to realize exactly how much there... Nara, to you, this isn't much, because you're used to traveling around cave systems to get from place to place. But to the rest of you guys, you're beginning to realize that this is almost a fool's errand trying to find these people, especially with the level of head start they have on you in this direction.
So, which way now?
Oh, God, I don't know. There's no markings.
Go ahead and make me a survival check.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that. I got a 12.
20.
7. Mother.
Also a 20.
Does not appear to be any markings from the prey that you are stalking, but these tunnels do seem like they have been traveled through recently. By a few different species.
The footsteps are different, but there are footsteps still.
All right, then it's the other way. If we can at least find some kind of information, we might be able to do something.
At the very least, you don't see your prey's footprints. I'll say that much.
With everything so confusing, how do you know there have not been changing of hands or shapes? Just as easily as I can put a veil over my face and become someone else, I'm sure that they can become different size too.
Yeah, I think that's what happened up above. They changed hands. They dropped it down, hid the covering.
Either way, it will be very difficult to find your goal.
At least at the moment. If we can just find something we can use to track them later.
Well, the only thing that we got is the potion vial.
And does it give off any smell other than like normal potion stuff? Nick?
If Denier will let you sniff it, you can go ahead and make a survival check or a perception check on it.
I'll let you sniff it.
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
She grabs it and... Oh wait, was that it? A 17.
As you smell the vial, it does have the faint scent of what appears to be sandalwood and elderberry.
That's just a normal potion?
No, that definitely it definitely smells like the creature that was drinking it had something like it's the scent of the creature that had it on it.
Sandalwood, elderberry. Particular smell. What
It's not
other
a health potion.
creature would smell this way?
Anybody care to roll
I will roll as well.
Well,
What am I rolling?
This would not be for you. It would be for
Oh, okay.
everybody else. Can go ahead and roll I'll say insight, as this is something to do with sensory memory.
Yeah, I was just about to ask
14.
if Talia smelled like this. 12.
Talia did not smell of that. Denier, you have a faint memory of your time with Loxley. He was a bit of a drinker, so he'd probably have a bit of elderberry on his breath, and he always had a slight scent of sandalwood to him. Like he always put on just a little bit too much cologne.
I fucking knew it.
Darrington Loxley is the person that reminds you of.
A
You
look crosses
I-
Denier's face of anger. Pure, unbridled anger.
What is angry now?
Fucking thief.
I
The
always
thief
just
has got us again.
What? Who?
Darrington Loxley.
Fucking of course.
I always
fear.
imagine him. I always imagine him like a mixture of Zap Brannigan and Gaston. I don't know why it's those two.
I could see it.
Which person is the lie now?
Well, not really a lie. We always knew he was a scumbag.
I cast sending.
Go for it.
I cast sending to Harish. Network of tunnels under the city. Labyrinth. Darrington Loxley is involved. He stole from you.
That two-bit thief. I'll have his head.
Ooh.
Is that something that we can hear?
No, just in there.
Oh, okay.
Horatio, let's just say, isn't pleased.
I don't think any of us are pleased.
Maybe he'll start helping with bodies now.
That bastard better get to him before I do.
Yeah, he said he's going to take Darrington's head. So,
Can I have it?
Not if I get to him first.
Oh. Okay.
all right. At the very least, we have a connection. So now all we have to do is find Loxley.
So we stay in the path or we go back?
We have a lead. I think that he's probably headed off by now, but we
A
can
lead feels like standing in a cavern underground.
What does Loxley want the crystals for?
He probably doesn't. He just wants the money.
Money? For gems?
Oh yeah.
We know
Power.
that he's got connections with the Fey Runners.
Then what is the next course of action that will take us to the bodies?
We find Loxley.
Is he
Okay.
not in this path?
We don't
He
know
might
where
be. He might be up above.
I might have used that path back there for all we know.
Then do we stay in the paths or do we go above?
I'd say check the other way. If we don't find anything, turn back, and I can do my own investigating tonight.
Hmm.
All right. As you continue to explore the caves, go ahead and give me each of you give me a survival check, and I'm just gonna take the aggregate here.
Okay. 15.
10.
16.
And Taka.
Well, let's see if it goes through here. Oh, fuck's sake. 5.
Okay. About 40 minutes of traveling back the other way. Once again, you find a network of caves, kind of spider webbing off down. Some of the paths lead out into this. Like some of the paths lead in towards the city. A few of them cut into the sewers. Eventually, you even find a set of caves that, Wolfgang, seem a bit familiar to you. You think this is part of an old network that used to cut into that place beneath your home before you closed it off. But eventually you find your way out of these caves, through the sewers, up back into the city. Wherever they are, they definitely lost you at some points. At this point in the evening, it is late. Everybody except for Nara needs to make me a Constitution check, actually.
Right,
Here
Nara
we
has
go.
superpowers.
18.
Also 18.
Oh, Constitution check, not Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, just a check.
10.
10, but with a lower modifier too. That's fine.
I know, right? It's good
There
shit.
you go.
Daenerys, Wolfgang, you're feeling drowsy, but you could probably go for a few more hours. There's adrenaline pumping through you. Asmo, you are feeling drained after everything that's gone on.
Oh, he's coming down.
Yep, it's late.
Pretty. And where are we at this point?
You are basically out in the kind of like basically in the district where Wolfgang's home is, where all the lords of Dragon's Rest live, those that have decided to stick around anyway.
Asmo,
What? What?
I was
You
looking
look
around
as
trying to
though
see if
you
we could
are-
find, like, nose down like a dog almost.
You look as though you are done for today.
I can still go. We can find them. We're gonna find them, okay?
I do not think such a thing will happen so quickly.
Fuck!
Asmo just punches like the wall, and then says "fuck" again as he grabs his fist. Fuck!
Why would you injure yourself? There was no enemy.
Oh! Cause I'm mad.
Why
They
be
s-
mad?
They sometimes act strangely when they're upset.
Oh,
You hear
hello,
you hear a familiar voice from above you.
Asmo,
Hi.
fuck!
Like that.
I noticed.
Is he in the tunnels?
No, he's
No,
we're
we're back
he's
in the-
basically standing on a gate top beside you.
We're not in the
Okay.
tunnels anymore. We're back in the city.
Oh my god, did that cut out on my end? I'm
It might have.
sorry.
It's all good.
Sorry, guys.
You look like you've all had a rough evening.
I should
Say
say.
There were lots of bodies. It has been a good day.
No.
That's nice. Oh.
No, it's not. Not been a good day.
Oh. That's not nice.
No, it's not.
Snake Man is just testy. Asmo is just testy. He met the brother Deus.
We talked about there being a drow there, right?
Not
Yes,
to you.
we did.
Not,
No, I
not
did.
to you yet.
Oh, not to you.
Yeah, you
Oh,
you guys talked about it.
Yes,
Ah,
sorry, I got
and then
confused with the
Wolfgang
whole
stands there
you
looking
thing.
stupid.
You?
Yeah. Nara?
Do you know of any other contracts with snake men that are not Asmo here?
No. No, he's the only one.
Why would more drow be here?
His facial expression actually changes.
To what?
His brows furrow slightly. Almost a small look of concern kind of crosses over his face. What do you mean?
Today, when we got the bodies, there was drow.
A
They
drow
were-
was...
Not on the side that we... Delineating who is the good and the bad is hard, but against Asmo they fought.
with the Deadeyes.
Yes. Cut
Yeah.
the wing of the big bronze baby. Nara was confused also since the master asked for the head of the Deadeyes.
You found him.
What?
What?
He's here. He showed himself. You found him. Where is
I'm
he?
sorry,
What?
I'm a little lost.
Is this the leader of the Deadeyes? The one the master requested the head of?
Yes.
Oh.
The leader of the Deadeyes is a drow.
Yes.
What?
Mm,
What the? You never thought to mention that?
I didn't think it was important.
he is very strong. He cut the wing of the big bronze baby.
Like Asmod's like trying to kill him with his mind right now.
Fire
it's
lasers
like that.
through his brain.
It's like an animated series where you imagine someone just killing someone brutally, and you think it's real until they wake up.
I told you, the Master hates one thing above all else, and that's those that betray him. This one showed the ultimate betrayal.
In what way?
He disobeyed the Master and tried to take his life.
He...
The Master took his eyes.
Nara's confused.
Oh,
One cannot
that's
take life.
who he was looking at.
Yes, the Master often liked to mock them.
Creepy childish
Mock
motherfucker.
them? Mock what?
The eyes. His eyes. He keeps them alive.
He did that when we first met him too.
The eyes? Wait. The eyes of the drow that Nara saw.
Yes, the traitor.
They're called the Dead Eyes because your master took his eyes?
Oh.
Yes. I don't really know about
This
naming
makes
conventions.
sense.
Asmo wants to walk off a ship right now, just into the ocean.
It's that way.
No.
Points towards the dock.
The above game, you can't be in. You can't ruin the meta.
My bad.
Damn it!
So drow cannot take their own life? Nara is confused. The master has taken her soul out many times. Why would taking your soul out on your own be bad?
He can't, or he won't. He refuses. He defies the master.
By
He He is the one that we hunt here. Or,
that is fine. I just do not understand the cause that makes them upsetting to the master. The cause was they tried to take their own life?
no, he tried to take the masters. This was all over might have been about a century ago now. You wouldn't remember.
Oh. Nara was very confused. Taking one's own life would almost be entertainment for the master.
Yes. He does find that very amusing.
He
There's
does.
a lot of shit fucking amusing.
But
Takes a lot of gumption to try and kill a god.
Yes. He was
Didn't you shoot at him?
Takes a lot of gumption to try and kill a god.
Oh my god, put your dick away.
what is that? Where is it?
it's the thing they use to procreate.
Oh,
You
the
have
dangle.
dicks too!
We
The
do.
dangle bit.
Yes.
Got it. So, in what way did Deadeye try to kill the master? Was you there?
I was off on a mission when it happened. It was so long ago. And Asmo, we actually do not procreate. The master just brings us and makes more.
What the fuck does that mean? Makes more.
He chooses and he makes more.
Chooses what?
Those who are worthy of his blessing.
Oh, from the bodies.
Yes. Well, elves specifically.
Ah, yes.
Wait a minute. So you all used to be elves?
Well, nah, I mean, a very, very long time ago, yeah.
Nara doesn't remember.
I don't remember her either. We don't usually have young.
I was small.
Mm-hmm.
Very small. For a long time, when everyone else was big.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone is very quiet now. Nara is getting confused.
This is
It's-
a lot to handle.
It's what they call awkward.
I've heard that sentence many times in the last few days.
I'm not sure who I'm more pissed at. Solomon or this Deadeye guy.
Why not both? How about they both suck?
Only one sucks the soul out.
No, they...
That is the master.
Mm-hmm.
So, we need the bodies, and now we figure out where to go. And we want the head of Deadeye.
Yes.
Where is Deadeye? Does you know?
I don't. I've followed you guys before and you've had run-ins, but never seen the leader.
Is it strange for him to show?
Must be. It's the first time I've even heard of him showing his face.
Does anyone know why he defected?
I wasn't around. And it's a sore spot with the master, so nobody asks.
Nara has never
you-
even heard of this before.
Have you met Solomon?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why he probably defected.
Does he have a name?
That makes no sense.
We don't normally have names.
What does the master refer to him when he's ranting about him?
Traitor?
Traitor.
What does he want with the crystals?
Nara heard that word at least, but she did not know that it was drow.
What do you mean, the crystals?
Oh, the crystals in box. The important crystals that are in the hole now. The ones that were taken away by the the man that smells of elderberry and sandalwood.
Oh, that guy.
Yes.
Yes. Are the gems the ones that you guys were all angry about?
They have been very angry about it all day.
That's them, yeah. Okay.
You say
Why, do you see him
that
today?
guy.
See Loxley today? That elderberry guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was he?
Where?
Came out this way a while ago. I've been looking around the house. He went in there.
Which house?
That one. He points towards Crowley's old estate.
Nara's just gonna start walking over and head for the front door.
Do we have news on what happened to the Crowley estate? Because there's no... He has no heirs.
It's true, he has no heirs. At the moment, the place is lying empty. Nobody is throwing him a funeral as of yet. It's just a dark house and nobody's really talking about it. There's a small investigation that's been opened, but that's about as much word of mouth that you've heard so far. Apparently, there's enough other bullshit going around that nobody cares about a dead rich dude.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Wolfgang. The jester knew the ambush was happening.
The jester.
He taps the side of his head. Remember, I said he was speaking to me right before the ambush happened?
Right, fucking hell, he's still in there.
He was talking about how I didn't need to worry about him, that the danger was amongst us. The Deadeyes want Solomon dead. Who did Solomon help kill? A long, long time ago. Solomon fought the Bleeding God a long time ago. If Solomon fought the Bleeding God and may fight the Bleeding God again, then it makes sense that the Jester would focus on the Deadeyes to turn the Deadeyes against Solomon, get the crystals, and then try to take down Solomon. So we can't stop his revival.
How did you know it knew about the ambush?
Because it told me in my head right before the attack happened.
Why would it warn you?
That's the thing, I don't know. Mocking me, perhaps? Letting me know it seems above everybody else. It seems to like me. It keeps on trying to get me to sway to its side.
And it doesn't like me one iota.
Could be a game plan to try to make me trust it more. That it gave me a heads up before the ambush happened.
Makes sense.
Or he's just trying to fuck with me.
That's like the master.
Either way, what's our plan of action? We know where Loxley is.
Yeah, but are we capable? Are we able for a fight? Because a lot of you are not looking very good right now.
Said it a little earlier, but Nara's already like investigating the outside of the house.
I can still fight.
Yeah, you're all just kind of like out front of this house. Nara's just been kind of like wandering the yard a little bit. Is there anything in particular you wanted to look for? Go ahead and make me a perception check. I'll just go ahead and say that.
Yep. There you go. You already knew what I was going for.
I'll just do the
28.
rudimentary one as well. Oh my god!
You see a dark shadow in the shape of a man in a window near the top of the house. It notices you notice it. And it ducks away behind a curtain.
Nara's going to run back over.
There is someone inside.
I want to fuck him up.
I do not know what it is. Just a shadow. But in the shape of a man. Shall we go in?
Probably Loxley.
Oh, wait. He's never met Nara before.
Shall I go in?
Let's see if you can get him to come out. What do you think, guys?
Asmo's got this evil, devilish grin on his face.
Could be fun.
That
Keep
might
an eye
work.
out for the...
What type of man is this?
He's clever, but he's also an idiot.
Idiot in what way?
Well, he's gullible. A bit too trusting of people he's never met before.
He's extremely proud of himself. He's narcissistic.
He likes money.
And he loves women.
Ah, then it will be very easy.
And she's just gonna flip the veil of faces over her face and choose like whatever form has gotten her the most male attraction in another town.
I cast invisibility on level 4 on myself, Wolfgang, and Asmo.
Oh boy.
Shall we go?
Yes.
As your form changes into that of a silken-clad, buxom songstress that you weren't ordered to kill, you just decided to kill this one for
Fair.
various teenage angsty rage reasons.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Fucking rude.
Quick question. Can we have a quick break here?
Yeah. Before you enter the home, this will be a good place to take a quick break.
Oh man.
Oh, boy.
What is this session?
Hey guys, Lani here. If you're liking what you're watching, feel free to hit that subscribe button and that like button. It really helps me feel the love for this series. And if you want to catch us live, feel free to hit us up on twitch.tv/Lanipator Mondays at 5 o'clock Central Time. Thanks for rolling with me. Now let's get back to the action. Alright, so Nara, in your bewitching buxom guise, you... what do you choose to do from here? Everybody else, except for you, is invisible, who's just basically just like leaving you guys or like observing you from a distance at this point. I'll just be over here.
She's going to just like kind of hurriedly walk up the steps and just like open the door and walk in if it's unlocked.
Door is in fact unlocked. You enter the home. It's a bit drafty.
And she's already laying it on a little thick of like got her arms wrapped like her hands are on her arms like in tight as if she's cold and is like and like looking around and like walking in slowly.
Make me a perception check.
Yep. I was just about to ask. 28.
There is a what appear to be a fiery glow emanating from behind the grand stairway of this very large and lavish entranceway.
So she's gonna go over by the fire.
All right,
And
you
pick
walk.
up-
You walk
Yep.
behind the staircase, and you see a kind of a grand sitting room just beyond. And sitting in a green velvet chair, wearing a robe that definitely doesn't belong to him, is this dashing brunette man. Very like, he's got like this almost Wolfgang style Van Dyke beard with a big handlebar mustache, kind of like twirled. He's holding a glass of wine as he looks over. Oh, please make yourself at home. Hello, hello.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know where to go.
Oh, are you lost?
Yes.
Well, consider yourself found. Loxley,
Oh.
Darrington Loxley.
A pleasure to meet you. Marionette.
Marionette, a beautiful name for a beautiful woman.
So, it was so dark in here, I didn't know anyone lived here.
Well, it's currently on the market. I was simply testing out the place, let's say. Care to test it with me?
I
Mother.
don't quite know what you mean. Have you been here long?
Oh, not long this evening. This used to be a friend of mine, a acquaintance's place.
Ah. So you're here after he's gone?
Yes. You could say that.
It's such a big home, though. Are you not lonely all by yourself?
Why, I suppose I am. Good thing I'm not so lonely anymore.
So this is what it's like to be floated with Nick. This is wild.
Uh-huh. So, what does one do in such a large home?
Whatever they want.
I've never been in a place this large before. Would you mind showing me around?
Well, I suppose I wouldn't mind, but please, come on. Warm yourself by the fire. It is such a cold night after all.
It is.
Could I get you a glass of red?
Oh, I don't really drink, but I do appreciate it.
My friend always did have such delicious tastes.
Oh, did he leave you this home in his affairs?
Not so much. Tell me, what's Marionette, Miss Marionette? It is Miss, right?
Yes.
What brought you up to this closed-off house, if I do mind? I mean, clearly I don't mind, but...
Well, it was getting so late and I was lost and I don't have any money for an inn. I just figured if no one was staying here, I might stay the night.
Well, you're more than welcome. There are
That's-
plenty of warm beds, shall we see about finding one? For you, that is.
Of course. That would be very nice. Thank you for your kindness.
Absolutely. He stands up, kind of like brushes off this deep purple, like brushes down this deep purple velvet robe. You can see at his side he has what appears to be a saber, kind of like glinting from under the robe. Not in his hands, just kind of in a scabbard at his side. All right. Let's see about finding a space for you, Ms. Marionette.
Thank you
What
so much.
What are the rest of you doing right now, by the by? I know you're invisible.
I imagine we're close by.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm personally stealth checking, trying to get into the house and get closer.
All right, go ahead and roll stealth with advantage due to being invisible.
19.
Same.
Oh boy, here we go.
11.
So are we able to see what is happening here?
Oh my
Natural
god.
20.
Oh my god.
Asmo's holding his breath.
Yeah, you've basically ditched the rest and have just been like following behind. You've been like, you are there. You are a fly on the wall throughout all of this.
I am
what I
like right
figured.
on his shoulder with the hold breath ability. Can I do that hold breath?
Yes.
Or
Just
oh
giving,
my
just
God.
giving,
Oh my
making,
God.
just yelling at him. You're a piece of shit. I fucking hate you.
I'm gonna stab you so fucking hard.
staring a hole through his
Wolfgang,
head.
meanwhile, while you're trying to get in, you keep finding every single squeaky floorboard. Just fuck. So you're traveling a bit slower. Denier, you're having a bit more luck. You're able to get into the main entranceway just fine. As you see Darrington leading Nara out of the sitting room behind the staircase as they walk over towards the stairs. Now, I know a few of his guest rooms were up there, as well as the master suites.
Master Suite?
Oh, let me show you. As he offers his arm out to like kind of like let you hook yours around his.
She like has like kind of doesn't quite get it at first, but then like kind of very gently places her hand on his forearm.
And he leads you up the stairway. You travel down this like kind of like basically you walk up the grand staircase at the center. There are two stairways on the side of that. You travel up the right one that leads back towards the front of the house, and there is a long hallway kind of stretching off to the essentially north wing of the home. And you walk down this way. He points to a door on the left. Do yourself a favor and don't go in that room. There's still a bit of a mess.
A mess from cleaning up, or?
It needs to be cleaned up. They need to get some people in here.
Oh, of course.
Fucking
Here.
body is still there.
I mean, if not a body, there is still a massive pool of blood, seems to be the implication.
Okay, fair enough.
No, that's a Chad move.
And that's
Still
is that
hook.
something you can smell also?
If you want to make a perception check, with advantage being who you are.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna. Okay. Oh, well, maybe I do need a 13.
14 is the advantage. You take the
Oh,
higher
14.
number.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
There it goes.
You do get a hint, like just a whiff of copper as you walk by that room. And he takes you down past a couple of doors on the right. He takes you into like the second doorway on the right. Here we are. He opens it up, and it's this lavish room full of dark oaken wood. Smells a little musty, as it probably hasn't been used in a bit. There is a very large plush bed against the back wall. Few oil paintings of various elves with brown hair strewn up on the walls. There is a fireplace in here, also lit, and another lounge chair and what appears to be a rack of bottles of alcohol. I've been using this place while my funds have been getting in order for me to properly purchase.
Oh, are you a businessman?
Of sorts. Let's just say I'm in acquisitions. I'm very good at finding things that people need. Tell me, Miss Marionette, is there anything you need?
Well, I'm in the... It feels a little too silly to say it. I acquire things as well.
Is that so? Perhaps we have some common interests. What do you look for? Do you look for art, fine jewelry?
Rare items, we'll say.
My specialty.
What sort of rare items do you deal in?
It depends on what the client's looking for. Sometimes it's, like I said, jewelry. Sometimes it's fine art. Sometimes it's ancient artifacts of uncalculable destruction.
That sounds a bit
Dangerous.
grand and dangerous.
That's why my friends call me Daring.
I'm gonna vomit. Asmo tries not to vomit.
I fucking hate this guy so fucking much.
Asmo's gagging like like a cat trying to spit up.
What would be so incalculable? I don't understand. That sounds so... Is that even real?
He hands you his glass of wine. Let me tell you the tale of the day I penetrated the Mirrorverse and found a great spell book.
A spell book?
Yes.
Tell
One of
me
the oldest,
more.
tied directly to the god of magic himself. You see, it was hidden in a trap. It was hidden in an enchantment which I so vigorously broke through myself. I found my way into this great mirror dimension of a mage's tower. Found my way down and into the clutches of a dreaded water elemental. But if it's one thing you should know about me, you know that I never let anything keep me down for long. And sure as shooting, I got that book and made my way back out. No problems.
Fucking lawyer.
Lenny, can I
And the god himself said, "Wow, Darren Loxley, you have a 14-inch penis. Around."
It's like a 1 foot long can of Coke.
Lenny, have I gotten
God.
you there yet?
Tall. They call me Tall Boy for a reason.
Wow. That is amazing.
I know.
It's good acting. That's great acting right there. So,
What?
It's gonna be in my next book.
You right?
I do. Here.
no.
He walks over to
No, God, no.
he walks over to the bookshelf.
Let me tell you about me.
I know I gave him a copy. Surely he would have kept it in his own private collect. It might be in his library.
Of
He
course.
doesn't find the book.
Well, what did you do with this grand book? It sounds so exciting.
He through a grin. Well, I returned it to its proper owner. See, the elves sometimes they get a little lost in themselves. They just happen to misplace this one, and I got it right back to them, and it's currently being used to save the king's life.
Lying.
How noble.
Have I got
I am being very kind to you in saying that all of this is soliloquy inside your own head.
So this fantastical thing you have acquired, was it the book?
Oh, that's just one of many that I've acquired. If you wish to hear more of my stories, I'd be glad to regale you.
I mean,
Plenty
You
of
made-
tombs being pillaged.
you made the incalculable thing sound so exciting. I want to hear more about that.
Well, what's more powerful than a Grand Mage's spellbook? Is there anything that you're looking to hear about specifically, Miss Marionette?
Well, if you brought it up separately, I thought it was something else.
I'll make sure to sign you a copy of my book. Go ahead and make a deception check throughout all of this, by the way.
Me?
One would have
Or
to lie
a
to be interested in this
deception
man.
or performance check of your
Let's
choice.
do performance. Yeah. 13. Not the best, not the worst.
He continues grinning towards you as if nothing's awry. So, you feel like you're
And let me check one thing real quick. Dee.
Well, you're checking that.
Okay. Go
Yeah,
ahead, go ahead.
you guys would have made it upstairs. Wolfgang a little bit slower, but Asmo, you've just been tailing them this entire time. Denier, you would have made it up.
Cringing deeply with
You would have made it up sometime in the middle of his story about the Mirrorverse, and Wolfgang, you would have made it in for the tail end of that.
So, and is Nara aware of who all's in the room and who's not all in the room?
Go ahead and give me a perception check. Excuse me.
27.
You're aware of everybody except for Asmo.
Okay.
Yeah, Denier's leveling his staff at Loxley's head. And he's waiting.
Wait, so who all's in the room and who is not?
Everybody is in the room. You are aware of everybody except for Asmo.
Okay. Perfect.
So, why don't you tell me all about your most recent thing? What's new and exciting for you now?
Why isn't it obvious? That'd be you, Miss Marionette.
Oh, I'm not that exciting.
Oh, I beg to differ.
Bet you fucking do, you piece of shit.
Well, I'm not what you might be looking for, is all.
I suppose not. Denier, he looks over towards where you're standing. What about you?
I fire chromatic orb at 4th level at him.
All right. He's had an item prepared on him. Go ahead and fire.
Okay.
Oh no, he Kakaki-doried you.
26 to hit.
You don't get advantage on him. He's aware of your presence.
Okay, then just 18.
Unfortunately, that just hits.
Okay, let me see.
You fake yourself.
Quick, do a deep dab on him.
25 points of damage. Fire damage.
A massive fireball erupts where Loxley was standing. As the smoke clears, the bookshelf is incinerated, and there's a staircase behind it.
Use my
Got him.
move action, feline agility, charging through it.
Yeah.
All right,
Magic.
it is. You detect magic in time to see there is a series of caltrops that Denier is about to run into. Denier, go ahead and give me a dexterity check. Save. Sorry, dexterity save.
16.
Woohoo!
That passes. You take half.
Oh.
As a series of pops and explosions go off, just as you see these caltrops in front of you, you manage to kind of like jump and shimmer, like you try to jump over them, but as you do, your presence begins to ignite them as they explode in a cacophonous force, filling the room with smoke. You take 7 points of damage.
There goes my temporary hit points. I take 3.
And you are reduced to half movement speed as you are trying to catch up.
Okay.
Which means you're basically still at full movement speed for right now.
I am at full movement speed for right now. So I am at least trying to continue.
You make it down to the bottom. You make it down the stairs, and you see you manage to follow him into the sitting room that he was in previously, where you see him just kind of standing in the center of the room, holding up his hands. Now. Why so hostile?
You know damn well why so hostile.
Fair enough. Trying to kill me, just jumping the gun like that?
Oh, I've got a lot of reasons to try to kill you.
A lot of people have a lot of reasons to kill me. Please get in line.
Think I would cut the line? And I'm just stalling, trying to get time for the rest of them. Why?
Yeah. Did we have any hindrance following Denier?
Yeah, that was my question.
After the explosion, not particularly, just the half movement speed over the caltrops.
Okay.
So it takes you a few seconds longer to get down the stairs.
Are we still invisible?
You two are.
Okay.
One would hope.
Now, I know you here. I'm not familiar with the lady. That's a nice addition. Where are your friends?
Don't worry about them.
Can they hear them at all?
Oh, you can all hear him talking.
Nara's. Is it like very obvious that Loxley knows that she's with them?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to double check.
At this point.
Okay.
Don't worry about them. Sent them off to do something. Didn't want anybody to interrupt our conversation.
Deception check, my friend.
Okie doke. Deception.
Lie.
Nope. 8.
Sure. Right. Look. I'm not in this for anything more than money. You know that. I know that. Clearly, there's something that you want. And I'm certain there's something you want more than little old me lying on the ground.
I would beg to differ.
She wants that. I want a few things.
And she's gonna pull the veil off too.
I do believe that you still owe me 25 platinum.
He watches as you pull off the veil. He just kind of nods. I think I actually like you better this way.
Good to know. Now, there are answers we would like. If you would provide them, you don't have to be body lying on the ground, although I would prefer it.
Well, I assure you, I would much rather not be. So, 25 platinum, you said?
Well, that's just past transgressions. First off, who are you into deals with tonight? I know you were working with the Deadeyes.
Yep. You seem to be at the bottom of that one already.
Yep.
How do we find the leader?
Now that's something I might be able to help you with.
So, tell
If
us.
we can come to an agreement.
You don't die. Do you agree?
I do agree. But I also have to be assured that I'm not going to die after I tell you. And the only way for me to be sure of that is if I show you. And once
What
I
if
show
we-
you, we leave our separate ways.
What if we make a contract?
I can work with that.
Nara holds out her hand.
A handshake agreement?
More than that.
Do you want me to give you some of my blood? I mean,
I wouldn't mind. But you only need to shake.
if I didn't think you'd take it the wrong way, I'd definitely offer you my blood. And he winks as he shakes your hand.
We will not kill you for revealing the information. And you will stay alive after.
Fair is
Agreed?
fair. Am I to assume that, Master Harash knows about this transgression of mine?
Yes. The bronze baby knows.
Brown's baby, I like that one. I'll have to add that to my next book. Once I'm far, far, far away from here. Seems my time in this town is done.
For now.
Well then. For now, indeed. He winks at you once again.
She's
we-
flat-faced.
He's on.
I want.
As flat-faced as you are, he has a plastered grin on his face. It looks like it was carved there, like he was born with it.
That sounds about right.
All right. Tell you what, Loxley. Here's the deal. We want the gems. That's a given.
Well,
And I want what you owe me. For that, I don't kill you. And I make sure that my friends don't take swings at you either.
unfortunately, the gems have already been delivered to their destination. But once I lead you to, what do they call him? The Grand Shadow. I'm sure you'll be able to find your way there.
How about
And-
one of those rings from the Fey Runners?
You drive a hard bargain. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Oh boy. Persuasion.
With advantage. You kind of had him at his disadvantage here.
Nat 20, yeah!
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, he rolled a 19 on the die, too.
Oh, you beautiful kitty cat. You get ear scritches for that.
Good boy.
You drive a hard bargain. He pulls a ring straight from his own finger. You can have my personal one. And toss it straight to you.
Kinnear catches it. Very well then.
I'm still detecting magic. Is there anything off about it?
I mean, as far as you can tell, the magical signature on that ring kind of matches the one of the pedestal, so he doesn't seem to be lying.
Okay.
He looks like he's in a position where he knows in some way, shape, or form he's surrounded, and he doesn't want to fuck around here. He knows that you guys basically have him dead to rights if you wanted him dead, like super wanted him dead.
He'd be dead.
Yeah. At this stage, this man does not stand a chance against you. He never really did, but right now especially.
Kinnear calls out, "Boys, parlay has begun."
Boys.
Asmo's not coming out of stealth. No,
I'm
no, he's not
fucking invisible.
That's fine.
I'll just assume
Man,
they accepted that
slowly-
agreement.
Well, you're not
Slowly
getting
approaching
shot
you,
right
Will.
now.
Very true. Very true.
Who was it? For
Who was
you
what?
to be able to speak to the Deadeye. Who was a... How did you find them?
Well, in this town, in civilization, we have a... Oh, it sounds so shadowy but mysterious. I love it. A cabal of sorts. See,
Cabal?
each of our organizations, we have an agreement. The Deadeyes, they're the ones that will get rid of people that you don't want around anymore. My organization, we will acquire items that people want. Through less than legal means most of the time, but sometimes, we're on the up and up. We're a legitimate group. We acquire and transport. And for a while, there were some people that would distribute less than savory materials around. They, well, I believe your friends know what happened to them. And then, of course, there's the source of all information in the criminal underworld, the Wisps. If you need to know something, they know it.
The Wisp.
Yes. Now I can lead you to a place where all of us meet. And whoever you choose to follow, well, that's up to you. If you want information, follow the Wisps. If you just want Big Daddy Deadeye, well, follow the assassin.
So, you said you would lead us to the Deadeye,
Correct.
but you offer to bring us to the Wisp also.
I offer to bring you to the meeting spot of the Cabal. That's far greater than anything you could ever ask for, personally, if you're indeed looking for information or an assassin. Because they report directly to the top.
And if we're following somebody else, we're not following him.
I have it on good authority that he'll be there tonight. Or at the
Who?
very least, one of his top lieutenants.
The Deadeye.
Yes. You see, that job that just went down, I don't know if you know this, but it wasn't exactly a small feat.
We noticed.
I imagine. There was a lot of planning that went into that one. Weeks of planning.
Color me curious. How'd you find out? Palace spy? Somebody else?
We have ears in a lot of places.
Answering correctly would be ideal for you.
Then yes, palace spy and someone else.
What is a someone else?
Means somebody that's not within the palace. One of the wisps. We get our information from many sources. In order to plan something like that, you don't go in half-cocked.
You seem to go in full cock all the time, from the way you speak.
I like this one. I like this one a lot.
Which palace guard? There are many, but they have faces and names.
Probably one of the ones you killed up top, if I were to take a guess. Based on the bloodstains that you're tracked in. Looks at you, Denier.
Skinner holds up a single coin that's covered in blood. Probably.
Hate to see what you could do with platinum. He kind of gives a he gives that half grin.
No, I saved the platinum for special occasions.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
So, the other is a wisp.
Correct.
And
We
the
get our-
guard is dead.
More than likely. There
More
were,
likely does not mean yes or no.
Look, I never met the man personally.
Man. So it is a man.
I'm assuming. The palace doesn't exactly hire a lot of female guards. Sexist, I tell you.
True.
So, Loxley, do you know what these gems can do?
Not particularly, no. I just know that somebody really, really wanted them.
Which?
I'm afraid I don't know. They've been very cloak and shadow about this whole thing. But they were willing to pay quite a bit.
Don't worry. I'll show you.
He kind of he looks left and right. Will you now?
I can show you some experiences of mine. Just can't do it right now.
Oh, I thought you meant the person who hired me.
Oh,
if you
no.
could produce that information, I'd be asking why are you here.
Exactly. If I could produce that information, I'd be dealing with them, not you.
How much money would it take for you to give us answers now?
I believe you have me at a disadvantage, but if you are offering, I am, what sort of information? Because I'll tell you, I'm a man of principle, but none of those principles can't be bought.
I could tell.
He winks.
Is there a way to reject a wink? Can Nara invent the first way to do that?
The unwink.
You just take the eye out.
Being unblinking.
The unblinking
Anyone?
eye.
Questions?
I'm asking the ones that I have. Denier slowly pulls out a book from quite a while back. A gold leaf lined book. You know, it's surprising how far these things actually go. It's Darrington's book that I bought in Cold Reach.
Well, look at that. There you go, sweetheart. It's not still Marionette, is it?
No. Well, it was.
He flips open the book and shows half the pages are gone. Great comfort on the road. Makes great toilet paper. And he snaps it shut again.
But the point is, I'm still getting my royalty.
Are we done with questioning this?
He kind of like gestures to his body as you say this.
I am currently done with questions as soon as Mr. Loxley gives me what is mine, and if nobody else has any problems, then I am good for this particular meeting.
I'd just like to insight him in general during all of this.
Go for it.
See if he was being honest or if he's still trying to...
Go ahead and
Oh,
incite the
alright.
con man.
And I'm
Here we
also
go.
going to invite him too, just for shits
13.
and giggles. Oh, good. Never mind.
Nara, you've never met a person like this. He says so many words that he doesn't mean it's hard to keep track.
Yeah. That's
11.
You know
Wolfgang and Asmo, again, this guy is a veil of bullshit. You're not sure what's...
Yep.
Wow, all of you. This man is a cosmic force of bullshit and charisma.
I hate him. Can we just kill him?
I mean,
Oh my god.
I'm not going to
He's
stop
gonna,
you,
like-
but he has offered you your biggest lead.
Yeah, that's the only reason. That's the only reason why Asmo's not sliding the knife another quarter inch into his throat.
I just want my platinum that he stole from me from in episode 2.
Nara forgot. She does need the blood.
Oh. Kind of holds out his hand towards you. Be gentle.
She's just gonna like slice off kind of the pad part of his palm.
Like scalp his palm.
Yes.
All right, you let loose Tango Muerte. Go ahead and give me a charisma check because that's how you control Tango Muerte.
Mm-hmm. Charisma
Yep.
on the bar. Oh yeah. Hang on. There you are. 15.
Tango Muerte flies up from the little piece of your belt that you hold it in and behind your back. It like a slice of Black Forest ham cuts the bottom part of his palm straight off. And he's oh yeah.
And she like grabs it out of the air, and while
As he-
staring at him,
Says, know that if you mess any of this up, this will be the first taste of the meal I will finish.
and then she eats it.
Rolling something for Loxley. Roll intimidation first of all.
21.
Oh my god.
Making a face
okay,
right now.
go ahead and give me an insight check. Try to decipher the mix of emotions on his face.
21.
All of us or just her?
Nara specifically, as he's looking her dead in the eyes.
Cool.
The best way to describe it is he is scare-roused. But you're not entirely sure about the... I mean, you know how the mortals get aroused. This is a weird mixture of that and terrified.
And know that that stays with you. And if it comes near me, I'll eat it too.
The first time he's ever been inside a woman.
That is definitely not true. Still scare-roused, but more on the scared side.
Hooray.
As he begins to pull a glove from behind his back and slip it over his bleeding palm. All right, then.
The deal has been sealed.
It has
The
indeed.
contract begins.
So it shall. I'll lead the way. As he points back towards the stairway that you all came out of, he begins to descend into the cellar of the home. And will start to take you towards your destination. And here is where we will end tonight's session.
Woo!